If I'm really stressed out, you'll see me with a cigarette, which I'll get faces for. However, I don't get scolded anymore because they understand that I'm trying.
Nah, in my brain, I'm still cursing you out.
I know. But she don't say it out loud anymore, and I appreciate it because I'm already feeling guilty as it's going to my lips. Ready?
Yeah.
And 3, and 2, and 1. What's up, and welcome to another episode of Talk Your Shift. I am Mel.
I am Adriana.
Ooh,
Lima.
exotic. Okay, exotic. I like it.
Mel's exotic too.
Thank you. I appreciate that, even though I know it's sarcasm.
Because of her overalls.
I'm exotic because of my overalls?
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'm feeling cute, even though overalls I don't think is the...
No, when you think of overalls, you think of like what? Like farmers. Like Dust Bowl.
Farmers are exotic?
But let me explain
I
why.
don't understand
Let me
what
explain
you're
why.
getting at right now.
You said I was exotic, so I wanted to say that you were exotic. So I was going with like a, out of country farmer, like a Peruvian terrace.
I just wish you would
terrace
stop.
farmer.
I just wanted to stop. It's not.
Never.
I'll just be cute. I'll just be cute today.
Old McDonald. Old McDonald.
Shut up. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome back. And if you're new here, just welcome in general. We like to talk about life and the pursuit of happiness, along with just our journey and any experiences that we're having that, we can share with others about, I guess kind of making it easier, if anything. I think that is pretty much what I try to do.
On everybody. Ourselves, people listening.
Yeah.
Because we're letting it out.
And also the venting. The venting helps. So, Dom, how are you doing today?
Well, I feel that Jesus is testing me to just really work on my patience and work on my perfection. No, I'm serious.
I know you're being serious.
And work on my perfectionism because I'm very my job is very high stress. And I'm still pretty new in the game. And luckily, the position I'm in is a very good one. And I'm blessed to have higher ups that actually want to see me succeed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
I feel very thankful for them and for that. And how well they've taken me under their wing. Even just everybody. Man, the payroll department, HR. I got Snickers the other day because,
so good.
They just be feeding me snacks. But they try to coach me as best as they can. And I'm very hard on myself. So that's what I'm working on. I'm working on just, it is what it is. And we're going to do what we have to do.
No.
But, I spoke with my immediate manager this morning. And basically our CEO was like, you still doing that stuff? She's like, I'm not doing it. She's doing it. But, she wants to prove herself to us. So he's like, okay, let her try. So that's why we were supposed to have a paint and sip yesterday, and I didn't go because I felt really bad. But I was like, yeah, I can't. I have to try. I have to at least try because I don't know, that's something where I'm very stubborn, but I need to try. I don't like just giving up. So
did I miss a section of your story just now? Because I'm
I forgot to tell you, we were supposed to go to Paint and Sip yesterday.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So you didn't do it because you was trying to deal with the other
with
stuff?
This stuff, yeah.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah,
damn.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So,
sorry, guys.
Yeah,
that's...
No, that's really it. So,
yeah.
So I'm kind of caught in that in between of being realistic. Because a lot of times I'll set these standards for myself and expectations of a situation where I also forget too, I'm in the business of employing other people.
Business of
I'm in the business.
misery.
Oh my
Misery,
god.
what? Wow. All right, anyways, continue.
So I forget I forget that my job also is reliant on the characteristics and behaviors of others.
Mm,
So that's why sometimes it's frustrating because I know I would not do that or I would do that, and having somebody else not do it, there's room for a lot of disappointments. So
mm.
today it was funny because you know how I get when I'm mad. I like shut down and I don't want to do shit. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I don't want to do anything. And I was like, no, like, besides the fact of us needing to record, I was like, no, I need to
Yeah.
just get out and go on with my day because the world is still gonna be spinning, whether like I
Yep.
accomplish this or not. And especially too, since my higher ups are like, you know, do the best that you can. That's really all you can do. So,
Yes,
yeah,
because it's a bunch of people. Like, it's a
yeah,
lot. Like, you're not gonna, I feel like that's why your salary, because it's the requirement is always changing and there's always something to do. And so you gotta, like, that's just what it's looking like. So there's
yeah,
always something to do.
yeah,
It's just doing
yeah,
enough, right? That you're like, all right, I can sleep a little easier tonight,
yeah,
knowing tomorrow I still have shit to do,
yeah,
but I did the thing today. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a rough balance. Like when I
It's
tell you we're like this right now
yeah,
because that's what's been on my brain
dude,
like
it's
before.
tough
Yes.
because
Mhm.
like you also don't want to burn out, and that's where I feel
Nope.
like I'm
Yeah.
at right now. Is because again, I'm
You
very
got to
stubborn
hold
and I
out,
don't listen.
man.
Yeah, I'm very stubborn and I don't listen. And my managers told me in the beginning, they were like, "Yo, fucking chill," because I would stay in the office till like 9 o'clock. They're like, "Yo, like let your get rest." I would go in on the weekends and like um
Something's always on fire.
yeah, but I also too like I notice the vicious cycle of it is like
Mm.
I push myself and I exceed my limits, so then I feel tired and I don't let my body really recuperate the way that it should. So then the next day,
Mm.
tasks need to be done,
Yeah.
but I'm not running on 100% fuel. So it's taking me longer to do certain things. It's taking I'm a little bit slower with understanding something that I could have picked up quickly if I was like, "Oh no, I'm good. I feel well rested."
Mm.
Emotionally, I feel rested. Mentally, I feel rested, not just physically. So it's like kind of just this continuous cycle of me burning out and then being pissed because I'm like, I know I can do better. I know I could do this, but it's taking something that would take me like 15, 30 minutes is taking me like an hour. So now I feel even more tired with less work accomplished. So yeah, that's where I'm at today, is feeling very like, because like I need to let go. I need to let go of certain things and be like, if I try, I try, and that's just how it's going to be.
Yep.
So that's been my kind of state of mind lately, is just very much like realizing, oh shit, like I'm burning myself out
Mhm.
and I'm feeling it. Like I'm feeling it. So yeah, that's where I am. But what about you?
Same. Same, but I finally like I feel like I hit another layer, another
Oh, nice.
level, and I'm like, "Ooh, I love that feeling of leveling up." Like
Hmm.
when you feel everything change in your body, like it's almost like your chemistry, like the cogs and spinny wheels and all sorts of stuff like lock into place and you've like unlocked like a new vault of like I don't know, energy or like movement,
Yeah.
something shifted. And although I'm still stressed and sometimes depressed, not as much depressed, but still, I feel like I'm leveling up again. My mouth is so dry. Mm,
Because you're too busy spitting
thank
facts.
you for that. I really appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I think that that's kind of where I'm at with things. I too am proving. I'm trying to prove myself, and I am struggling with that. In only um, I think I'm trying to get the emotions out of it.
Mm.
I feel like because like where am I going with this? this. I'm talking off the cuff today. Normally I plan a lot of stuff, but I've had a lot on my brain, and I'm like, let's just kind of freestyle this a little bit. But
Mm.
what I'm trying to work through with you right now is like there's an intense feeling of like wanting to feel worthy
Mm.
um of like my life.
Well,
And it's right. And so it's also trying to be appreciative of it, that I'm also trying to show up for the worthiness that I'm talking about. Um and it's so many things are going on in my brain right now because it's there's an emotional component where as I'm proving myself, there's like a sadness in that
okay.
proving. And I don't want it to be sadness. If I could remove the full emotion out and let it just be drive, straight energy, goal, like just goal oriented, like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't got that right now. Um, and so it's like I'm trying to develop into more of a machine mentality, not in like, I don't want to have apathy, right?
Okay.
But I do want to be able to kind of be steadied enough to really move. Like think about the like people who are famous who you really look up to, or like at least their career is very impressive, or like what they've accomplished is very impressive. And so you're like, "Damn, what were they doing with their time?" And like how are they moving through that. And I think that there really is a shift in energy that gets that momentum going.
I agree.
And I think that I've been so sad about the stuff necessary,
Mm.
that because it's not like I'm sad I have to do it. It's like I'm oh, like I'm sad that things are harder than I would like them to be, I guess is the best way to explain it. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm sad because things are hard. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't want it to be like that, because it's not like it's going to stop being hard, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to be sad. I don't want to feel unworthy. I don't want the negative feelings to drive me to my goals. But there should be some sort of emotion there, and I don't know if it's necessarily happiness that would be that emotion that's driving me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I feel joy when we record and stuff like that, but there's something different about accomplishing or like finishing a task.
Okay.
Like, I feel like that settles in my body like better.
Okay.
Does that make sense what I'm saying? I feel like I'm saying a million things right now because I'm still trying to process it myself. So if it
That's
doesn't make
okay.
sense to you, you can only imagine what's going on in this in this head, because I'm trying to make sense of it. But really, I think it's just the negative feelings that I guess I was using, or I am trying to stop using to fuel my drive.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get what you're saying. Like
Yeah,
it
no, it's
was.
taken me this long to try to explain it to you because I'm trying to get it
Well,
out.
not like you were making sense and stuff, but and also too, at the end of the day, if the only person you make sense to is yourself, that's all that matters. Because
I
like
know,
if
but
you
I'm
know,
still trying to figure this
but
shit out.
that's okay. I get what you're saying. So like, it feels weird because since things are shifting and like changing, like that's what your fuel was like when we would record is like proving like nah man like I am worthy, whereas now it's like kind of sad, like sadness you're saying, right? That's like driving a little bit more, or you said that you
No, I would say that the sadness was there also with the
ah
I gotta prove it. And now I'm trying to shift out of that. And now we're trying to shift into, with this leveling up, a different emotion that is driving it. And I don't
mm.
think it's happiness. I think it's accomplishment in short term goals.
Well, yeah, I
Because
would say
that
that that
settles
makes
better.
sense. I would say that makes sense, and like um to me that just means that the podcast is doing its job for you, like it's meeting what needs to be met, because like um there's a change happening and you don't necessarily feel like icky. Like you know how sometimes when changes are happening and you're like if you're changing for the worst, you know how like you kind of reflect sometimes, you know, like Oh shit, I'm kind of a fucking dick. Like, oh man. But
I don't know
like,
if I've ever felt that, but
really?
that's a very. Please elaborate. What do you mean by
Okay.
this?
I'm not gonna lie. Uh I can be an impressionable person and I can't at the same time.
Feel that.
And it depends on what level of like closeness I let you in and what regard I hold you in. So like if I idolize certain things about someone,
Mm-hmm.
just by nature, me trying to like figure out like, oh, like I want to be where they're at, I change parts of myself, not even knowing, but also too they say like who you become who you surround yourself with. And I would say that um besides some other people in my life, like obviously you, Carlton, um, I think that my
I'm special.
mentors, yes, I think that my mentor, well, two of my mentors at work, I think are very positive on me, and then my friends. But I've allowed myself to be influenced by some people who would do, say, act a certain way that I used to be like, why would you do that? Like, that's not nice. That's not
Okay.
okay. And I think I just started becoming numb to it. So now sometimes I'll catch myself thinking, and I'm like, damn, that's actually kind of a mean thought. Like, yeah. So
Ooh.
there's been times where like, um,
And therein lies the balance that you were looking for.
yeah. So it's very interesting because I was going over the deep end with people pleasing and being too nice.
Mm.
And then I started going over the deep end and being like, fuck it, I don't want to do it, so I'm not doing it.
But
And
that's
not
kind of what it's like, though.
No, I know, but like now I'm finding that balance of where I'm like, oh shit, like there were a few times that I was a piece of shit. Like, I mean, piece of shit is a bit heavy to say.
I'm not gonna say you were a piece of shit. You could say you were acting like a piece of shit.
All right.
If you
I was
acting like it, you not it. You just acting like it. There's a reference or a
yeah,
remnants.
yeah, I got it. There's a little.
Reminiscent. I can't think of the word.
I would say remnants, like there's like because they're literally a remnants of shit. So like,
I knew you were
you
gonna go
know,
in that direction.
yeah.
That's not what I meant.
Just
All right,
saying.
go,
What?
go,
Wait,
go,
what do
go.
they call them? What are they called? Dingleberries, right?
What do you? Dingleberries
Is it,
aren't just shit, though.
it's not.
No. Dingleberries isn't dingleberries like the toilet tissue? Isn't it like toilet tissue?
It
Little
includes toilet
balls?
tissue too.
I think so. Yeah.
The more you
Hold
know.
on, I'm gonna Google. Oh, Google.
And you know what's funny? When I was younger, I used to be like, stop acting like such a dingleberry, not
Oh
knowing what
my
it
god,
was.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, not knowing what it was.
Dingleberries. Here we go. God damn, I hate when it just says. Where is it? It says. Oh, this is so stupid. I don't want a translation. I just want you to tell me
A
what the fuck.
translation.
A piece of dried fecal matter clinging to the hair around the anus.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
thought that
it's
there
not.
was toilet tissue in there too.
Nope. So, yeah.
Clinging to the hair around the
So,
anus is hilarious.
I'm not saying I am a dingleberry. I'm just saying I was acting like a dingleberry. But
Oh, I need water.
no,
That's so
like
funny to me.
no, just like
Ooh.
looking back, you know, there's it's interesting when you actually sit back and look at your growth.
Ooh.
Just in general, growth for the better and growth for the worse. It's
Mhm.
very interesting.
Tell
And
'em.
um like I never fully understood. Like, I mean, I understood what Carlton would say about like being the villain in other people's stories. That I understood, but it
Yes.
was being okay with being the villain.
Oh
And then
yeah.
like also
That's a
too,
hard one for people
I mean,
pleasers. What?
yeah, that's
It's our
why.
worst nightmare.
That's why, like, I literally went from one end of the spectrum to the other end where I was like, nah, I'm not fucking doing it because I don't
No,
want to
but
do it.
that's what Carlton says though, is that like as you're finding balance, right? You're on a spectrum of like whatever it is, and like you're gonna like swing back and forth, bing, bing,
Yeah.
bing, 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 until you find the
Finally, yeah.
balance. So it's and that's just that would be explained as phases in your life. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Excuse me.
So, like, would you say that that's kind of what you're doing? Like, you're phasing in and out? Because I get what you're saying. Like, and I do see the difference. I do see the difference.
In my behavior?
Yeah.
Or in what I explained?
In your behavior based off of what you explained.
How so?
Like, you... Back that I can go into depth.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like...
Well, not just... I don't want to, like, air you out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, sure. Go for it. I edit all of our content, so if I don't like it, I'll just cut that bitch out.
That's fair. But no, like, you could tell the difference, whereas before you were very, like... You seeked approval from others. Subconsciously, I think. And, like, I see it now.
I wouldn't say subconsciously. I feel like sometimes in my head, I'd be like, I hope they think this is cool. Like, not like oh my God, like me. Like, just like I hope they think this shit is cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
and if they don't, I'm like,
No, I see the difference now where it's like, what drives you is different. Like, to me, it seems like, when you come on the show and you talk about stuff, or whenever you're just doing things in general, it's not stemming from a place of, like, doing it because it'll make someone else, like, happy, or someone else proud, or like, this will get the attention of someone, like, let me do it like this, or like, are they watching, whereas now, I've seen you, like, catch yourself sometimes where you're like, I know, I'm working on it, it's very funny, because, like, you're very, like, delicate, but at the same time you're like, not like your
what do you mean?
Your demeanor is delicate, but your words are not, because you're like I know, like, that's your body language, but then the words that you're using are like, I fucking know. So it's very interesting, but
that's
no,
hilarious.
Like, you see the difference now, where now to me it seems like not abrasive, but it's more, I'm doing it for me, which of course can be viewed as being abrasive, because like, that's my own opinion. Is like, when you put yourself first, and not like in a detrimental way, but you putting your needs in front of somebody else's needs, someone could be like, oh my God, like, they don't like it, especially if they're used to you being a people pleaser. So I see what you're saying, how, like, what drives you now, because when you talk, it's different too. Like, that's my homework assignment to you, is to watch our first episodes, and then watch the more recent episodes, because you can see a difference. Like, you're, like, okay, you still hear the sadness, but in the beginning, it's you're still fucking sad.
Damn! I'm gonna call this episode "Mel Gets Called Out."
Mel gets lit up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's fine.
No, like, you still hear the sadness in your voice, but there isn't anger. Like, it's almost like sadness as of, like, working through the emotions, whereas in the beginning it was sadness from being hurt, if that makes sense. Like, you seemed like when you would bring stuff to the podcast, it was out of, this hurt me and this is not okay and this and whatever. Whereas now, when you bring stuff to the podcast, you're like, yeah, like, I mean,
because
it's
I've been
working
on releasing my anger.
Yeah, no, that definitely.
I've definitely been working on releasing my anger.
You punch some kids?
I
said you play.
Like, what?
I said you punch some kids.
I thought that's what you said. I was like, no, she didn't. You did. Yeah, no, I'm just. Thank you for that. Yeah, no, I'm working on my anger. That's really the best thing I could. Yeah. Because I was taught how to be angry. I was taught how to hold a grudge. Like, not saying on purpose. Just saying that, like, based off of my experiences, like, growing up, I learned about anger. I learned about what, like, words can do, and what, like, scenarios can do, like putting yourself in certain situations. And so, yeah, but I'm working. I mean, I'm still, don't get me wrong, I'm still mad, but that's what therapy's for. Essentially. And what's so satisfying is, like, I'll talk to my therapist and I'll be like, that shit is mad fucked up, right? And she'll be like, that is fucked up. And I'm like, that's my bitch, man. Love her. She's amazing.
Did she say mad?
I don't know if
Does
she
she have
says
like
mad. No, I don't
does
think she
she
says
have New
mad,
York
but she'll
City?
curse. She's a very educated, like this. Like I truly love my therapist. Like they're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yes. So I wanted to talk about this thing, right? I don't
Mhm.
want to forget. So I was having a conversation with my boss at work, as one does every once in a while.
Mhm.
And he says something because we talk about transition and shit, right? Because we're all, I feel like, at another point of leveling up and changing and switching. Like so much is happening right now.
Yeah.
And so what he said to me was, it's more impactful to eliminate negativity by eliminating bad habits than it is to put out something positive. So
Okay.
like, and yeah, and that like letting go of bad habits is better than creating good habits,
Okay.
because it doesn't matter to a certain degree. And this is what I think I was trying to explain this to you the other, like in the beginning of our conversation about the when I heard you say something about like it is what it is,
Hmm.
and like finding that balance. And like he was talking about like being in the like being okay and just being in the moment, right, being present, but like the outcome doesn't um invoke emotion,
Okay.
whether it's good or bad, like it just is.
Mm.
And I was like, that sounds a little pessimistic. And he was like, it can,
It can
like
be.
that's the balance, right? And I was like, oh shit. And then like really talking about eliminating the bad habits as opposed to developing good ones, because like I think I've focused so much on, like, ideally you'd want to replace the bad habits you have with the good ones, right? But I feel like that don't really happen
Yeah.
all the time because it's
Yeah.
hard,
It
right?
is.
It's a fucking habit. You've been doing it habitually for quite some time.
Old. What do they say? Old habits die hard.
Yes, correct. But like I guess trying to get rid of those bad habits, A, is difficult, so it doesn't feel good. And B, like doing something good feels better. That was
Yeah.
the other thing that he was saying. And so there is a motivation there, but the idea is, even with that feeling of good and that positivity going out and whatever, this bad thing is still bad, and you should probably like stop doing it, and that would help you so much more. And I'm like wondering, and I guess I'll ask you, like, is there a bad habit that you would, if you could snap your finger and it be gone, like, that you think would ultimately really impact your day? Or,
Yes.
like, is there something that you would get rid of right now?
Easily.
Can you share with us?
Sure. My dad and I spoke about this in the car. Cause my grandmother, his mom, was phenomenal. Like amazing, amazing woman. Love her. Just like very independent and like I don't know how to fully put into words like how great of a person she was. All right, well, okay, great of a person as an inspiring, cause she was diabolical. Let me tell you that. All right, like
Mm-hmm.
she she had a way. She grew up in the mountains of Puerto Rico, so that'll lay the land. That just But I was telling my dad because my grandma was very don't give up. Like if
Mm-hmm.
something's not working, change it, fix it. Like obviously you're not gonna know if you don't try, and just very along those lines of like dust yourself off. What's the song? Dust yourself off and try again. Yeah, that was very much her. Um, so one thing that I wish that like I really took from her was her confidence. And that's my one bad habit that I think if I got over it, I would be an entirely new person because I'm not very confident. Like I
So,
seem
so
very
what does that
confident.
bad habit look like if you like put it in like a sentence? Cause so like
What my Okay, so my bad habit is X, Y, and Z.
yes.
Okay. So my bad habit is um feeding fuel to the idea of I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, which then, um, you know, unfortunately, results in me having a lack of confidence. So my bad habit is if I do something bad, well, I guess it's like two bad habits in one. One, I find myself like already second guessing before I do it now. I never used to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
now I'm like, "Ah, I don't know, like I don't want to make the wrong decision." And this happens a lot at work. Excuse me. And I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, just fucking do it. Like, you're not going to know if it's the wrong decision if you don't do it. Again, with, with realistic thoughts. Like, I'm not going to just blow something up. But, yeah, my bad habit is that I guess I don't stop those thoughts from like just kind of reinforcing themselves.
Mm.
Because I saw something that said, when you start to have those thoughts pop up again, it's like incessant. Um, it's because it's an old thought that's trying to keep itself alive. So
Oh.
it's like, I guess, yeah, like a test, like kind of testing you, but
Excuse
more
me.
so like that thought process knows it's on its like last limb, so it's like, no, don't forget me, so it's like, okay, but don't you remember when like you messed this up, like,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that's my bad habit. It's like two in one. I don't um like, okay, trying to think how to verbalize. I would change my lack of confidence by changing my bad habits of not stopping that right then and there when I'm having a bad thought of where I'm
Yeah.
like, damn it, like I fucked this up. Like I'm so stupid. Cause I do that a lot. And like my mentor at work gets heated. They're like, why do you say that? I don't say that. Like, cause it's not good to say that about yourself.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
So I don't stop it necessarily. And sometimes I be gassing it up. I'd be like, yeah, like what the fuck? Like, and then I mess this up, and then this, and then that, and then that. And then next thing you know, it snowballs
Yeah.
into just like, it's like an anti-bullying campaign inside your brain, like it's not good. So that's my bad habit, is just like not not always doing things that would help my confidence, but rather allowing things to continue that beat the shit out of my confidence.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
I'm thinking. Um, I don't know, man. I have so many. I feel like I'm working on that bad habit right now. Through therapy.
Mm.
Is the I'm trying to figure out, but like, so. All right, let's start from here. My EMDR. Excuse me. Um,
Tell the people what that stands for.
EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization repetition, I believe.
I don't remember what the R is, but
I feel like it's repetition.
sure.
Anyways, it's a type of hypnosis ish type. That's how it comes off. Um and um anyways, it just goes through like associated memories. And then you kind of go through them not in like great detail, but just like the shit that stuck out to you in the scenario. So, and then you realize, so with CPTSD, complex PTSD, which is something that I have, because we're trying to figure out if I have ADHD or not. And I feel like I've said this before. CPTSD and ADHD look similar.
Okay.
So we have to treat the CPTSD before I can get a diagnosis for the other thing. If there's anything left, we'll be able to figure out what it is. So what we're working on right now is Melanie's addiction habits. That's what we're working on, baby. So we're working on how I'm handling stress and cigarettes. So this is what I do to handle stress. If I'm really stressed out, you'll see me with a cigarette, which I'll get faces for. However, I don't get scolded anymore because they understand that I'm trying.
Nah, in my brain, I'm still cursing you out.
I know. But she don't say it out loud anymore, and I appreciate it because I'm already feeling guilty as it's going to my lips. I'm already like, oh, this is so terrible. But it also feels good in the moment. Like I'm
Yeah.
not like what it is, right? Excuse me. And so then there's um and then there's my addiction to food. So that being said, I am working through these things because I'm trying to handle my stress so I can eliminate my bad habit of resorting to things that are not good for me in
Mm.
moments of stress.
Mm.
So, that's the bad habit that I am working on getting rid of. And it is hard as fuck. Like, let me tell you something. I had no idea how many things were associated with my food addiction.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, so there are so many different memories that I have, that like link up, and it goes out into, what's the best way to explain it? Like, just past relationships, all sorts of randomness. It has to do with the worthiness, like all of it, man. All of it.
If you need to cry, just cry.
Mm, I appreciate that. But I don't think I need to cry just yet. I
Okay.
feel okay. I
Okay.
cry in therapy.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I ain't afraid to cry in therapy. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
I pay to cry. You gonna hear me.
You go hear me cry.
So, anyways. Yeah, I think that's really what it is. And I wanna live a healthy lifestyle. I really do. Like, genuinely. Genuinely do. And like the fact that there are people out there that have certain health habits instilled in them is amazing.
Mm.
Like, I admire your health habits.
Don't admire them anymore.
No,
This shit's out the window.
no, but like you say that, but you have more consistency than you think.
I guess.
Because if I look at myself and how often I'm consistent in comparison to what I see you doing, it's different. You're more consistent.
But you also have to realize, though, like, everyone, for the most part, is going to look, like, different than what they truly are. So, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
So, like, I don't know. I feel like we have biased
Dom,
views.
I always see you eating an apple.
I mean, that shit for sustenance, bro. Because that's what's in front of me.
I know, but it's a good choice. You could have picked a bag of chips. You could have picked cookies. You could have picked ice cream. You could have picked any of those things, but would you pick an apple?
Listen, if it's all on the table, I'm going to have all of it. No, but just
oh my
saying,
God, before I
like,
forget, we
yeah.
have the mini vanilla ice cream cups in the deep freezer. I saw them earlier today when I went to go get food, so I'm going to get one if you want
we should
one.
eat one on the podcast.
Cuts to us.
Aggressively eating.
No, I was thinking mad chill,
Oh.
like still like talking like, yeah,
I'm
guys.
thinking like rabid, like chihuahua. Like,
no,
you know?
believe me, I'm starving. I almost debated getting up right this instant and getting a cheesesteak. Like
Damn.
just sitting here and eating a cheesesteak.
I mean,
with y'all.
do it. But no, what I
yeah.
was gonna say is
Mhm.
like, I'm sure that people think that they're doing a lot worse than what they are, and then when they look at like other people's habits, it's not true to the full extent.
Yeah.
You're not with me every single waking moment, and like since you're very hard on yourself and you are with yourself every waking moment, like certain decisions you make that you're trying to break are going to seem more intense, because I would say that you're more conscious than I am. I don't give a fuck
about what.
Like with eating, like don't get me wrong, I eat the shit out of my fruits and veggies. Because I genuinely just like eating them.
Yeah.
They just taste good to me.
know.
That's how we grew up. But you are a lot more conscious than I think you give yourself credit for. Like with gluten stuff and chemicals. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I still eat gluten. We're not about to sit here and say I'm not. I'm gluten free, but I'm not gluten free. Because let me tell you something. Entenmann's, y'all. Come on now, the fucking cheese Danish, the Danish. Put your favorite Entenmann's pastry cake thing in the comments. Do it. Hit it up. I want to see Louisiana crunch cakes. I want to see. All right, guys, do y'all remember the banana cake that had the chocolate drizzle on top? Y'all, oh my God.
That was good.
Put bananas in the comments.
What the fuck? Like, let me hear it for bananas. What the hell?
Oh my God. No, I'm dead ass though. I would ask for that cake for my birthday when I was a little girl.
Really? Mm-hmm. It's a good cake. It's a good cake.
It's a strong cake. On its own. It's a good fucking cake. I love bananas. I love chocolate.
It's good.
So, anyways, that being said, um, let's see how much time we got left. And we could do an "Am I the asshole?" and then an affirmation.
Okay. Well, finish your thought.
Um, about bad habits or about the addiction or the what?
Whatever you feel you need to get out.
I don't know. I think it's just been a struggle
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't realize that it was connected to so many fucking things,
Mm.
and like it's frustrating. So I'll say this one thing. Trigger warning. I'm going to talk slightly about child abuse.
Mm.
So please go away for a moment and skip to the next section. But when I was a little girl, I had a an instance with a babysitter that I was with where there were two times where like things got physical, and
What?
like the last time that they got physical, it had to do with food. And it was and so like the lady, she like made something. And when I tell you, this is where the EMDR comes into play. Like, so the things that stand out to me in this scenario are like the taste of this thing that she made that tasted disgusting. I still
Mm.
remember what it tasted like, but I couldn't tell you what it was. I didn't want to eat it. I think I spit it out or I cried or something like that. And she whacked me on the back of the like ear, like the back of the neck with a wet towel. Like, and I still remember it, it was pink. I still remember that towel. Um, And like I remember like telling my mom like what happened, and my mom was like ready to throw this bitch down the stairs.
Well, yeah.
But she had a newborn in her hand and she was like
Mm.
you lucky,
Yeah.
cuz she was like yeah. Anyways, so that happened and that has stuck as like a so it's one of those, so I think I touched base on it a little bit before, where it's about what comes up is she asks what the negative thing you're saying is
Okay.
in the scenario, and it's that I can't say no,
Mm.
that I have to finish what's on my plate,
Mm.
otherwise I'm threatened with physical violence.
Gotcha.
It's the threat of physical violence of this thing, and it's a partial drive. It's not the whole thing, but it's an element, right? Because they're all connected. It's like EMDR discusses like traumatic events as like constellations. They
Oh.
all have to do with each other. There's a feeling
Yeah.
where do you feel it in your body? How does
Mm-hmm.
it feel in your body? What is
Yeah.
it that sets you off about each situation that wouldn't seem like they were similar or had anything in common, but they do, even if it's just how they feel physically in your body.
Yeah.
And so once you figure out the one that's going to turn them all off and you desensitize it, the rest of them go out. And
Mm.
that's it. And that's essentially, in a nutshell, what's happening. And there's probably people out there that can explain it way better than I can. But anyways, go check it out. EMDR. So that being said, that was scary and that sucked. And I know that that's a driving element. Is like I can't say no. And then and she had gotten physical like another couple of times after
Damn.
that.
What the hell?
I mean before that. That was the last time. So that was that. And then there's like a couple of other instances where like food and stuff is just it's just there, like not throwing things away, like not being like it's rude or it's like you're not allowed to throw things away
Mm-hmm.
because you don't waste food. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah. So there's a lot that's driving
Mm.
those feelings and that feeling of um what's the best way to explain? Hmm. I guess the other element to it is what's the best way to explain it? My body just goes into autopilot.
Mm.
Honestly, that's just what it is. Like, which is why changing the bad habit, getting to the core of that bad habit and ripping it out,
Yeah.
is gonna be better because I can go to the gym, I can take medications, I can drink all this water and take cleansers and all sorts of shit, but at the end of the day, I have to stop consuming as much as I am, because it's not even like I'm eating it because I'm hungry. I'm eating it because my brain or my body or whatever it is saying, you're not done until this is done.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Mm.
And I'm going to say this is not for every big girl. Like, this is not, this is, this is just my particular case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I have no problem with, like, different bodies and different lifestyles, and eat what you want to eat. Let me tell you. It's just, for me, it's different because A, I have eczema, and so what I eat affects my skin. And B, diabetes runs in my family. And that's one of the reasons why I had to lose all this weight, was because I got diagnosed with prediabetes, or pre-diabetic, as a pre-diabetic. So anyways, that being said, that's kind of what I'm battling at the moment. That and just trying to be a fucking adult.
Yeah, you got a kid. Oh.
Yeah. I'm having so much fun with it though.
Yeah.
Like, being a parent, like, I'm finally settling into motherhood and it feels really fucking good, man.
Mm.
Like, I was stretching this morning in the living room with Carlton, and Damien was like just all over me. Like, you know how they have goat yoga? That's kind of what it was like with my child. Like, he was just like, I did he's so funny. I did the shoulder stretch where, like, okay, you're tabletop, right? And then you take the arm and you go under and you turn like that.
Mm-hmm.
This child, like, got real comfortable just, like, right here. He just kind of squeezed himself right in, tried to get in my lap and, like, in my face. And then he kind of just smushed himself, like, right on my hand. And he just kind of looked at me and was like, hee hee. And that was it. And then I'm, like, trying to stretch and do whatever. And he's just, like, climbing and sitting on my lap. And I was like, "You having a good time over there, babe?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm having a great time," because he wasn't being bothered at all. He was stretching. He got to do all the things he needed to do. Damien was getting mad at me because I was trying to stretch my neck. Like, he just, like, looking up at me like, I'm just like, I can't just stand here. And he's like, no, ma. All right. So, anyways, that's what I got going on in my life. So, we're going to keep talking about this weight loss thing because let me tell you something. It's a very sensitive topic for me. But it's hard, man. This shit fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, between, like, seeing, like, beautiful, beautiful people in general, and, like, I'm not hating on nobody. It's just like, this is the only example of what true beauty is. And that's why I'm so grateful for all the plus size influencers, because them bitches be bad with the cute outfits and their makeup looking so nice, and they get the shoes or the boots with the wide calf, because that's what I need, because I can't fit in them regular boots. But I love it. And I'm just like, and I just want to be comfortable in my body, and whatever that is that takes form. You know what I mean? If this is where I'm at, then let me be strong. Okay. If where I am at, I'm supposed to be is smaller, then let me be strong. That's really it. I just want to be strong. Yeah. Like, I want to be able to walk up and down stairs without huffing and puffing.
Yeah, but that's more so cardio, not strength.
I need strength to do cardio. I need the emotional strength. I need the emotional strength to do cardio. I fucking hate cardio.
Cardio's fun.
I do. If it's a Zumba class, I'll do it. But you're not going to get me on a fucking elliptical. I'll tell you that much.
Nah, first of all, ellipticals are whack. And if anyone uses an elliptical, I said what I said.
Ooh, fucking words. Some people live by ellipticals.
I hate the elliptical. I would rather be on the treadmill or the Stairmaster.
Stairmaster, I do 2 minutes. That's all you can get from me. It's solid 2.
Stairmaster is crazy.
I be feeling like my ass is going to be, like, phenomenal when I'm on it, but I know not no fucking 2 minutes is gonna do nothing, but I tried.
Yeah, but it's like, turn it around! Let me be seen! Your cheeks are like, can you please?
Shut up. All right. Oh my god. Okay. So let's do a small Am I the Asshole, shall we? This is just to be light, but also like this is kind of stupid.
Okay.
Everybody with their icks and with the that long ass list of what men can't do. You seen that list? It's almost just as long as the chick that writes all the reasons why you shouldn't get pregnant. Like,
I don't think I've seen.
where it's random shit. It's so stupid. Like, men can't breathe. They can't, like, drink water. Like, it's a whole bunch of just toxic women out there or toxic people out there being like, well, a man is only to do this. So,
Uh,
anyways, this is a tribute to that. All right. Am I the
yeah.
asshole for telling my husband that sometimes I get the ick? Why did I say it like that? The ick. Did you hear it?
I chose not to
We're
acknowledge. But yeah.
just gonna keep moving. Am I the asshole for telling my husband that sometimes I get the ick over how he always drinks wine instead of beer?
What?
I know, stupid, right?
All right. I changed my answer to no. I mean, yes. Sorry. I stick with my answer. Yes, you are the asshole.
I, 31, so you should know better, have been married to my husband, 32, for 3 years now. I love him and we have a great relationship. However, we recently had our third anniversary. We went to dinner and then we came home when we were reflecting on our marriage. He asked me, "Have you been happy with me as a husband?" I told him yes, that I've been very happy. He then asked, "Okay, but is there something you wish I would do differently? Something I haven't been seeing that you would like to be different?" Um, I thought for a second and then answered, "Well, whenever we go out, you always order wine. I know you like wine, and I don't care, but once in a while, I think it's a little weird that you never order beer or liquor instead. It's probably just where I grew up, but sometimes I see it as less masculine, and it gives me a slight case of the ick." He got this hurt look on his face and said, "That's not what I was asking. I wasn't asking you to judge my personal tastes. I just wanted to know if I was neglecting you or taking you for granted in some way." He's still a little mad at me, because he should be. I know I was a little judgmental, but he asked me a question and I thought I was just answering honestly. He shouldn't have asked if he didn't want to know, right?
All right. Well, hold
Girl!
on. Wait. Go back to the question that he asked.
Is there something you wish I would do differently? Something I haven't been seeing that you would like to be different?
Oh, she took that shit and ran with it. Because I see what he's saying of like, like, is there something I could be doing better? And she was like, yeah, well, actually, like, and then she puts her preference in there. Yeah, I can see where she interpreted, like, this is my opportunity to now vocalize what I'm like, well,
I feel like it was
but
the inappropriate time and you could have done it. This was so like a
yeah, she shouldn't have
serious
said it.
conversation. This could have been something super light that could have happened while y'all was at a restaurant.
Yeah, like,
Not
like
y'all.
read the room, girl. Read
She
the room.
wasn't.
I
She
understand
was
that you're
not.
like, oh, this is my opportunity, but I don't think that's what he meant.
No, it was not. And now I feel bad for this poor man.
Yeah, I don't think it's masculine. Like,
I think
do
it's
what you
weird.
want.
Here's the thing, though. I get that you're gonna get the ick with certain things, but I feel like some of that stuff is stupid.
Yeah,
You know. Also, Carlton doesn't drink liquor really, or he don't drink beer.
because
Excuse
beer's
me.
gross.
If it tastes like liquor, he don't want it. Like it
Yeah,
needs to be delicious.
yeah,
If it's not delicious, that's why I always make him like daiquiris and like pina coladas and stuff in the
yeah.
summer.
Hmm.
Because he wants something that tastes good. What's the fuck? What's the point?
No, that exactly. So
So
like, wow, what's the issue? Like,
yeah, she's the asshole because that
oh yeah,
wasn't nice. It's
yeah. What
like
the
if you
hell?
took that shit literally and you really didn't understand where he was coming from. But I feel like because he said, "Have I made you happy?" Is
Yeah.
there anything that would lead you to believe I'm taking you for granted in some way? Bitch, that got nothing to do with this motherfucker's liquor preference or lack thereof. That he just wants wine. Wine is classy. You got
Wine is
yourself a
classy.
classy man. Even if it's box wine, it's classy. It's wine.
Yeah.
Anyways, shit's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
I don't mean to be judgmental sometimes, but people just do weird dumb shit sometimes.
I was gonna say
They're not
sometimes-
dumb. They do dumb shit. Do you see how there's a difference?
Sometimes they're both.
Sometimes they are both.
Sometimes they're dumb doing dumb things.
Sometimes they are.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
I know. I kind of feel bad.
I know he definitely got his feelings hurt. That's not nice. But I hope she makes it up to him and like really apologizes and like if you loud when you wrong, you gotta be loud when you say sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm really like it's like you gotta do that.
No, that's true.
Gotta give people closure,
Yeah.
man. So all right. So we're gonna do something a little different today. We're gonna do some affirmations, but we're gonna go right off the cuff. So based off of our conversation, Dom, do you have any affirmation that you kind of would want for yourself in this moment, based off of what we said? Like,
Sure. Um. Okay, so we spoke about like bad habits. Let's see. What else? We. Oh, yeah. So bad habits, changing habits. So
confidence.
confidence. I would say. I believe I have the potential to. I believe I have the potential to be the best version of myself. Because I heard something that said like sometimes if you kind of jump to the deep end of like I am this, I am that. Sometimes it's a little harder because like deep down you don't feel that way yet, so it's kind of like fighting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I would say like, and that resonated with me because there's times where I'm like I am this, and in my head I'm like no you ain't. So yeah, so I have the potential to become the best version of myself because it like kind of leaves it open, you know. How are you gonna get there? I don't know, but you have the potential to get there. What about you, Millard?
I would say I am worthy
Mm-hmm.
and capable to feeling my best.
Mm, that's good.
I think that's what I want. Yeah, because I'm worth it and I'm capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We hope that those did something for you.
Yeah. Submit your own affirmations too.
Hell yeah.
I think that'd be cool if people put in the comment section like blah 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 because it gives you a little insight of where they are, you know, their thought process and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, down.
Let's wrap this thing up. So you can
Let's
find
rolling.
Roland.
Yeah.
Can we start this new trend of? Do you know the song "Rollin'"? Rollin', rollin', rollin'.
Yes.
Okay. Can we start where anytime we say "rollin'," a clip of? Did you watch WWE growing up?
Not really.
All right. Well, the Undertaker went through a phase of like American Biker Undertaker, badass, and his entrance song was "Rollin', rollin', rollin'," and he would come in on a motorcycle. I gotta show you the clip. It helps get me through the day. I'm not gonna lie. So
Okay.
that and the Home Depot theme song, they just like I don't know, wash away my woes. But yeah, so put uh your own affirmations because I think also too it gets the gears turning. So yeah, so you can check us out on multiple different platforms. We have Daily Talk. We have which side note I think it's getting
Yeah, TikTok's getting banned, y'all, from what I'm seeing.
banned. Yeah.
So
Catch us while you can.
catch us while you can, but like follow us on Instagram,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
follow us on Spotify, keep up with us on YouTube. Like that's where we're gonna be.
Apple Music, we also have.
Apple
We
Music,
have an
yeah.
email that you can send us recommendations. If
Yep.
you want to just vent, let it out. Go
Hell
ahead, let it
yeah.
out. We also have a Patreon, which costs how many doll hairs?
$5 hairs.
$5 hairs per month. So, you know, check us out on that. Please like, subscribe, punch the well, I guess yeah. Oh yeah, punch the notification bell. You could do that on YouTube. So
Ooh.
please set up notifications because it'll also help us. Give us a rating, please. You have any suggestions? We're all ears. But check us out. Our handle for all platforms is
Talk your shift.
yes. So please, please, please check us out. And yeah, tell Mel she's doing a good job.
Aw, that would be really sweet. Tell us we're doing a great job.
I'm gonna make a burner account and I'm just gonna roast myself. Be like, yo, who the fuck? And just gonna.
The fact that you haven't done it at this point,
I
I'm very
know,
surprised. I feel like you would have
saying
done this minutes,
I know.
minutes ago, months ago, minutes ago, mere minutes. All right. Anyways, we will see you guys next time. All right. Bye-bye.